Alright. Now what we're going to do is we want to get rid of this extra black shadow that has emerged around here. So how do we do that? Okay, easy. So we click on planet shadow, planet color, and planet texture, and combine these into one there. Right. And now we go back to our selection, load selection, new selection. No, yeah, planet, there you go. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we need to increase this selection just a little to include the atmosphere. 10 pixels. So select, modify, expand, and make it 10. There you go. Perfect. Now we're going to hit the select inverse so that we select everything else except for this, and you press the delete button, and there you go. You have the planet hanging there in space, but it's incomplete right now, isn't it? Maybe what we could do is go back to the background, go to images, reduce the levels once again. I think there are just a little bit too many stars there. Alright, that looks better. Okay, now we're going to go to image, adjustments, brightness, contrast, reduce the brightness, increase the contrast, and there you go. Have a more realistic looking Starfield now. Okay, let's just zoom in and take a look at our Starfield. Cool. Zoom out. Alright. Now, the next step is to create a moon. How do we do that? We do exactly the same thing that we did to make the planet. Okay, so first we create a new layer, call it moon, and again we select the elliptical marquee tool, keeping the shift button selected, again filling it with pattern, but this time we're not going to add any color. It's going to remain this rocky looking planet, but it needs a shadow. So what we do is we create a new layer, call it moon shadow. Fill in this little circle with black. There you go. Now we deselect it and we go to our filter, blur, once again Gaussian blur. This time we're going to decrease the pixels because the moon is a lot smaller. The planet. Okay, we are going to transform this a bit, pull it down, pull it on the edges here, like so. Okay, pull it up a bit. Yeah, it needs to look like the crescent shape should look the same, more or less. Okay, that looks pretty okay. So we have a planet, Earth-like planet with a moon. Now we're going to merge the moon layers together into a new layer. So now the moon is complete, and that looks a little too big, so let's transform it, scale it down a bit, select it, let's say 80% of its size, width, height 80%, apply the transformation. Okay, so you have a planet with its moon. And now you have the planet, you have the moon, and here, up here, we're going to create a binary star system. So what we do is we select background, filter, render, lens flare, push it up. Alright. Not bad. I would actually like to do this. Okay. I want this to be just a little bit lower. So I know it's, sometimes you need to really play around with these things before you finally get it right. I guess that's what art is all about, isn't it? So we push it down just a little bit. Yeah, that looks fine. Ah, perfect. So one little sun is coming up there, but this is not a single star system. I want this to be a binary system, more or less the same size and brightness, but one is a little brighter than the other. Alright, so you have two stars, a binary star system with the planet and the moon. Now what we're going to do is, some people like to leave these little thingies over here, but I don't. I like to get rid of them, because these lens flare things that you see, they don't make I mean, that would not happen in nature, right? So what we're going to do is we select the clone tool, keeping the background layer selected, increase the size of the brush just a bit. Alright, now keeping the clone tool selected, I'm going to select some star over here, click Alt, and gradually fill up these little things with stars. Alright, so we are makers of stars. That is why we call ourselves Big Bang Creations. Alright. We make stars of all different types, shapes and sizes. Okay. So now we've fixed our lens flare effect. I think this, for now, this is alright. And we do our signature layer over here. Layer, new. Okay, I call it Sig, and the name of the artist, that is me, comes right over here. And just make it a little bigger, and that is who I am, Prashant Solomon, and I made this in 2009. And click there, and yeah, I shift it down just a bit. Alright, file, save, and I have this little system that I create planets. Let's say planet, today is the 26th of February, so planet 260209A. Cool. And that is your finished product. Go back to file, save as a JPEG, so we can upload it wherever we want. And there you go. Let's make it a big JPEG. Thank you very much for joining me in this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and keep on making these worlds, and we'll be back again soon. Good night.